Lisa was an unwanted child who overcame the harsh reality of life at a young age. Today's story teaches a very important lesson. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon so you don't miss our future videos. Lisa's parents were not happy to know that they were expecting a child just after they graduated from the university. A life of happiness and youth to be cut short by young Lisa. Because of their desire to pursue a life for themselves, they were considering having an abortion. But Lisa's grandparents, who were against such acts, took care of her instead. After some time, when the young couple was able to settle down, Lisa started living with them. The problem was, her mother and dad rarely paid any attention to her. They were so focused on their newly started business that they were not able to give the love and support Lisa needed to grow up. They hired a nanny to take care of Lisa so that they wouldn't have to take care of her themselves. When the little girl was around 5, her mother got pregnant again. But this time, it's a pregnancy she wanted to have. Her parents were so excited about the new baby, imagining what she would look like, what her name would be, and what her personality would turn out to be. It finally happened. Baby Veronica was born into this world. Everyone was so thrilled to see her, even Lisa. But she noticed something very, very sad. Why is she getting all the attention? You'll think that a young child wouldn't have those thoughts, but Lisa's experience allowed her to become more mature than she should be. She knew that she wasn't loved in the same way. Fast forward to a few years later, Lisa eventually graduated from elementary school. Because the once-in-a-lifetime event, she mustered up the courage to ask for some money from her parents to buy a new dress. Fortunately, they gave her some, but included some painful words. "Why do you always ask us to do things for you? You're old enough. Go to the store yourself." Lisa was never like that. She rarely asked her parents to do something for her, and you'll know why by now. She always felt that she wasn't loved. And to make it worse, the next morning, when she went out to buy her clothes, she saw her parents buying expensive clothes for Veronica. Confirming what she thought, she cried her heart out on her own. But Lisa had a tough heart. She still chose to love her parents even if it wasn't reciprocated. It was her dream for them to love her one day. She tried to love her sister Veronica as well, but proven difficult. The younger sibling would often blame Lisa for her mistakes and make her parents punish her. Because of the interesting dynamic, Lisa grew up as an independent woman, and her sister didn't get to grow up all that much since she remained spoiled and arrogant. She could have finished her studies at a much better university with her parents' help, but we know they wouldn't do that. Trying to do things on her own, Lisa got a scholarship at a university in another city. When she just moved out to start her college life, her parents didn't even notice her. Her mother did call her 5 days later, wondering where she was at. Even if Lisa already told her about it, she was surprised that she was going to live in another city to study. Seemingly happy that she was out of their lives, the insensitive mother even asked her if they could give her room to a maid. Lisa held her peace. She didn't have a place to return to anymore, but she told her mom, "I accept everything you do. I love you." She would come back home once or twice a year, but no one was waiting for her. At times, no one was even home. She missed them. When she finally graduated, with honors, too, she started to live a great life despite her relationship with her family. Lisa got a decent paying job that allowed her to visit other countries, a lifestyle where she could provide for herself and a new set of people that looked out for her. Later on, Lisa got a call from her mom. Her once absent family is now going bankrupt. They had to sell all their properties just to keep things afloat. But now, they're on the brink of ruin. "Please don't let us down," her mother said, not even stopping to ask her how she was doing. Still, because Lisa loved them, she took that as a special moment and sent them a significant amount of money. But when she called to check up on them, no one answered. Just after a week, the father this time called her to ask for some more. She was planning to give them the most of her savings, but luckily she wanted to find out what was going on through social media. Her parents didn't have accounts, but Veronica did. Apparently, they still had their car. They were eating at luxurious restaurants, but maybe these were old photos. However, that was just false hope. They were new, just right after she sent them the money. She burst into tears and felt so devastated that her family was deceiving her for money. Believing they didn't really need it, Lisa refused to send anything. "How could you do this? We are your family. I gave birth to you," her mother said in a phone call. She hung up, feeling terrible that she didn't haul, but also knowing that she did the right thing. Now, Lisa didn't talk to her old family anymore. Their lies eventually became true and had to sell everything they had. They are now living in a small rented apartment with their youngest daughter, who never even got to graduate from the university her parents bribed. How different would their lives would be if they just loved Lisa a little more. Like Lisa, you can choose to love people unconditionally even if they don't love you in return. But another thing that can take away from this story is that we have to love our children equally. Favoritism has no place in the family. Do you like this story? Make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications on so you don't ever miss any updates from us. That's it for today, and check out some more of our interesting stories while you're here.